Shen videos on YouTube.
You know
Just
what?
Like full games of Shen. And Shen, when he gets going, is absurdly good.
You know what? I guess you guys were right all along. Fearless is pretty cool. 2 years ago, actually, Bulldog's debut year. Here comes Croco.
Yeah, he's walking over Vision. But of course, Carrier wanting to use his grand exit in order to make this one work. The Pillar of Filth goes down, and now Grubs on the other side of the rift. Let's see whether this Feather recall is going to work out. It's Croco that eats all of them. The Ebb and Flow doing so much work. And there's one more auto, and that is going to do it. Chef's kiss there for Hype as he picks up first blood.
It's alone with it, but I think he should be able to, take that plate away. So feeling pretty good about the tempo that he gains from this, despite dying there in the bottom lane. Very even game here. Really only that first blood, the difference maker, but the Dragon does go over to Bro. Laning phase here for Closer once again, starting off well. Again, kind of a cheat lead because of the level 1, but the Grubs off of this, which is kind of crazy. Like,
yeah, we haven't actually seen very much Trundle recently. Do the little Void Mites that pop out give King's tribute to Trundle?
I actually don't know the
you
answer.
just have infinite health all the time? Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I guess they do. I actually haven't really seen this interaction before.
So Trundle is like the healthiest at taking down the Void Grubs. There you go.
Yeah. And I mean, I think obviously it's going to be really nice for him in situations like this too, where things get a little bit brawly. Is
Hype gonna get flashed on there by Faker. Ona gonna come on over as well. There is the dash forward, and the kill goes over to Faker. You can see Ona holds the auto.
He plays with it just yet. Still early days, of course, but
ooh, bubble looking pretty nice here as Carrier going to get denied as Croco puts down the pillar. And there's a big old shield, but it's not going to be enough. The Tidal Wave going to get a cute little knock up onto Faker here. But now Hype moving on in. Will he be able to find any value? That's the question. There's the culling right on top of Grubs.
A lot of skirmishing power. You have a lot of safety with the Xayah as well. And Bro need to be respecting the power of these skirmishes, especially the burst damage that this Talon does bring to the table. But
keep things shoved up. Closer picking things up from the ground. Ona now possibly out of position as he dives onto Croco. Croco going to get a big old shield as the bubble is decent. There's a knock-up from Polo as well, but only lands onto Grubs. As now the culling from Hype zones them really nicely. Doran able to get himself out of there with the leap strike, but the trouble bubble is going to come through. Closer. Can he find the paddle star? The answer is not quite enough damage as Hype wanting to get it done, but the counter-strike was so good. Still, he just flashes in. That's a way to get it done. They'll take down the Jax. And in the meantime, Morgan is in the side lane. I think he gave a good old shield to the Jax and not too much more than that. Shield to his team, not much more than that.
Not really trying to do anything big on this play, but
Closer, sometimes you can actually get that one through. It's still going to land the paddle star. That looks pretty nice.
And Faker takes a big chunk of damage. Croco is still here, by the way. Faker's already dashed. The Pillar looking for Guma.
The Pillar is such high value alongside this Zoe as Grubs in so much trouble. The jump! And it's going to be Croco that takes him down. Still, the bubble connects onto Carrier. And it's a 1-for-1 trade. Closer picks up a flash, and he may need it. But the trouble bubble going to come through there. The flash comes forward, and Hype's going to look for another one. Doran is respawned and come back in, and we'll just eliminate the rest of the bros. And in the meantime, Morgan in the bottom lane.
Chemtech Dragon is up and available. Guma has his ult, even though he doesn't have Summers. I feel like this is just T1's prize, and bro, we're going to trade it for a Rift Herald.
Yeah, that looks to be the option. I was trying to figure it out. I looked at the top of the screen. I'm like, oh, it's only 18.5 minutes into this game.
It's so fun to watch. Oh, hold that thought.
Oh, nice little electrocute proc there from Hype.
It's so fun to watch comps that teams very clearly have full mastery on. We're like, okay, 100% we know how to set up on this Dragon. And then watching this, where you're like, do we go Dragon? Do we go Herald? Better just call randomly, I don't know.
Well, in they go. There's a big old tidal wave. This is crazy. Polo is going to explode, but look at these health bars on T1. If Closer finds anyone with a bubble.
Permission now finally feel confident to take the Herald, and I think this is a reasonable take.
Yeah, they're looking for it. Hype dashing forward towards Grubs as Carrier, holding on to his position. As Pillar of Filth goes down once again. I know it's the Pillar of Ice, but because this is the OG Trundle skin, then it's still a Pillar of Filth.
It's still filthy. I mean, I don't know.
It is, exactly. As now, Paddlestar not going to quite find the mark here, and of course, Zoe is so feast or famine. Either you hit it or you do nothing at all. As the bubble comes in, he does collect himself a bit of a sleepy time. The exhaust goes down on top of him, and he's going to try and get out, but I think he's still dead. So there is the first kill.
They need more.
And another bubble connects onto Faker as well.
I don't think so either. Unless Doran.
Unless he can take this outer turret, maybe turn that into also an Otacon, that would be huge.
I mean, I think that's the Otacon might be a bridge too far, but at least they do get the turret. They're going to clear that ward, it looks like, in the mid lane as Morgan's going to defend Faker's push tools. Morgan has teleport and his ultimate available, so can just stand united with his team when the commit to this Drake take does actually come through from T1. Flank here from Croco.
Yeah, Bro, I think wanting to get themselves soul point this time around is Doran on a great flank angle.
Zoning sleep pretty good.
Yep, Stand United gonna have to come in pretty soon, I think. A preemptive one would be great, as there it is on top of Hype. That's a lot of damage onto Carrier, though, not able to get too much value, as finally Morgan actually gets into a battle. Still, the Zoe goes down and Doran gets a great counter-strike. The flash out from Croco might keep him alive, but Morgan not going to be so lucky. Everyone just lying on the floor, and unfortunately, the composition for the Bros just not quite working this time around, as there's the rake, and he just pops over the wall, and there it is.
Yeah, just like dried leaves, the end of autumn, down he will go. And this is going to be mid-turret for free. By the way, Herald not even employed just yet.
Oh, no,
still
Shelly.
in training, in fact, yeah.
All right, so she does have a job. She just hasn't turned up yet.
Yeah. She starts
struggle, but Pillar not going to be enough to interrupt Faker there as he teleports out. He sensed it, but there was a lot of bad guys heading towards his top lane.
And like that means that side lane pressure that T1 were trying to collapse on Faker for just kind of ends up being a bunch of wasted members, as Croco's now isolated.
Yeah, he was trying to work out which direction he wanted to go, and Death Chamber, that's the way.
Hey, there she is.
Hey, hello.
Tuesday comes faster than you think.
It certainly does, because last I checked, it was Thursday. Like, we're a long way away from Tuesday right now.
Oh, this has been a long 6-gamer.
Yeah, Carrier's doing like some weird stuff here now, pushing Shelly towards the top side. And T1 are on the Baron. It's been spawned for a minute 20, and they already hadn't started it?
I mean,
Kinda
bro,
crazy.
they're going to show up. It's going to be quite challenging, though, to get something done. Carrier eats a bit of damage, but it's too late.
Yep. Owner is going to be able to secure that one. Now looking for a flank angle as well. Speaking of flanks, Doran will find, okay, a bubble. So that's going to connect, as Polo is just dead. The Shadow Assault just a little bit much there as Hype running out of people protecting him. And in fact, there are none left as Morgan tries to get on top of Gumayushi. And Gumayushi says, thanks for the taunt. That was cute. And nothing else going to really come of it. Croco has just respawned. And the Bros, I think, have ran out of ergs in this particular game.
I do feel like the dragon fight was probably the last gasp of this interesting experiment, as Croco's going to try to buy time.
Oh, look at that!
Slow down that wave!
There's the pillar. Really beautifully done.
Need 20 more seconds! Need 20 more seconds! But yeah, we knew that Owner was good at carry jungles and assassins, so that's not a shock. But everything else for Bro here was very experimental. It did not work out. Croco tries to buy time here. 10 seconds on
He's
closer.
just being ignored!
They don't care about him. They want to kill the Nexus.
Yeah, T1 just wants to go home. Eventually he gets swept up by Faker, who goes golden, and he'll remain golden.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.